Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Upasana Taneja, and in this video we will discuss about CSIR NET mathematics. What is CSIR NET? That is National Eligibility Test. Why do we need to qualify NET? What is LS and what is JRF? So in many comments I received questions about books for NET and what do we need to become a lecturer in government colleges and universities. So today I made a presentation on what is NET, what is CSIR NET and why it is conducted, what is the syllabus, what is the paper pattern, type of questions, marks and questions weightage of every subject, books and what is the strategy to attempt and strategy to prepare. Everything I have discussed in this video. So please watch this video till the very end. Then you will definitely know about CSIR NET and everything I will discuss in this video, and I'll share my experience too. So what is CSIR NET? This is conducted by NTA, National Testing Agency, conduct this test, and they test Indian nationals for junior research fellowship and for lectureship or assistant professor. If you want to become a lecturer or assistant professor in any Indian university or college, or you can say in government colleges, you specially need this CSIR NET. You should qualify NET, either LS or JRF. For JRF, for research, if you want to go in research, you want to take fellowship from government, then you need JRF. Otherwise, for assistant professor or for lecturership, you just need CSIR NET LS. Okay. For LS, we will discuss about that how many marks you need for LS and how many you need for JRF, everything. And they conduct this test. NTA, that is National Testing Agency, conduct this test 2 times in a year. Okay, last year because of COVID they conducted only once, but otherwise they conduct every year 2 times. And exam is of 180 minutes, and total marks are 200. And for qualifying LS, lecturership, you need 80 to 90 marks at least out of 200. And for qualifying JRF, you need 100 to 120 marks. Okay, so we will talk about that how many questions you need to attempt and everything. Okay, and the official website is this. You can note this, you can visit this website. So next, on this link you can find syllabus, because whenever you are going to attempt any test, you should first of all, if you are preparing, you should know what is the syllabus. Okay, so here is the link for syllabus. You can get syllabus. And now we come to exam pattern. So in this exam we have 3 parts: part A, part B and part C. Next I will talk about in part A what type of questions, but here we are discussing about in part A. You got 20 questions and you need to attempt 15 questions. Okay, and then for every correct answer you get 2 marks. And in this part A you have negative marking as well, that is 0.5 marks. Means if you correct one question you will get 2 marks. Okay, if you correct 2 questions you will get 4 marks, and on the same time if you did one question wrong, 0.5 marks will be deducted. So you should always try that not to attempt wrong question. Don't attempt if you are not sure. Attempt only when if you are sure, in part A and part B, because in both these parts, part A and part B, they have negative marking. And for part A maximum marks are 30. Okay, so next is part B. Part B, in this we have 40 questions and you need to attempt 25 questions, and every question is of 3 marks. Okay, and in this negative marking is 0.75. I hope you know now that if you attempt 2 questions right, it will be 6 marks, and one wrong will deduct 0.75. Okay, so maximum marks for this part is 75. Next we come to part C. In this we have 60 questions and we need to attempt 20 questions, and marks for each correct answer is 4.75. And here we do not have any negative marking. but this is little special part, we will discuss about that also, and it is of maximum marks are 95, and so total marks are 200, 30, 75 and 95. Okay, so now we will discuss about type of questions. In part A, you will have 20 multiple choice questions which are from general science, quantitative reasoning and analysis and research aptitude. Okay, and if you are from maths background, everyone from maths background can attempt these questions, because if you are doing MSc mathematics, you have studied non-med and you know general things about science, you need to prepare only some things about this part. Okay, and in part B you have only maths questions from your maths syllabus only. Okay, you have 40 multiple choice questions, and this is little special, we will talk about this now. This part has 60 questions, which we talked about. This part has 60 questions and you need to attempt 20 questions. Okay, up in this part the questions shall be of analytic nature, where analytical nature means where a candidate is expected to apply scientific knowledge to arrive at the solution. You need to link the results. We will talk about that also. The question in this part shall have multiple correct options. Suppose you have 4 options. A, B, C can be correct. Okay, if A, B, C are correct, two paths can be, 2 options can be correct, 3 options can be correct, 1 option can be correct. So you don't know how many are correct. Suppose A, B, C are correct. Okay, that means 3 options are correct and you marked B, C, D. Okay, you also marked 3 options correct and A, B, C were correct, but you will not get any mark, because in this no partial credit is allowed. They have specifically mentioned that if A, B, C are correct and you have done only that, A, B, C are correct, only then you will get marks 4.75. Otherwise you will not get mark for B, C. If A, B, C are correct, you should mark all A, B, C, not like B, C. If you marked only 2 and correct options were 3, then also you will not get any mark. Okay, so this is little special, you need to care a lot for this part. Okay, so these were the type of questions. Okay, now we come to subject wise weightage. So we have these subjects here. If you are from maths background, you do not need to study statistics here. Okay, so if we are from maths background, we need to study these subjects, and out of these 4 subjects, first 4 subjects, real analysis, linear algebra, complex analysis and modern algebra, these 4 are main subjects you need to study a lot. Okay, here from real analysis you get 14 to 16 question in your paper, and marks are weightage is 55 to 65. Similarly here in linear algebra 12 to 60, marks is 55 to 65. You can note these things. Okay, so these 4 are main. Okay, and differential equations, which you study from BSc only. Okay, here also you get 8 to 10 questions and marks is 30 to 40. So, and these options, calculus of variations, integral equations, these are from these subjects we get very less questions, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 2 to 3. Okay, and 1 to 2. So for these questions weightage is all, marks weightage is also less. And from these topics, if you prepare only some basic things, then you can attempt these questions. As per my experience, I am telling you, if you study basic things about these topics, calculus of variations, integral equations, then you can attempt this. Okay, so now next we come to books to be followed. Which books you need to follow for clarify this clear net exam. Okay, you for real analysis you can study SK Mappa, SC Malik, Savita Arora. Linear algebra is Shom series is best for linear algebra, and complex analysis for basics you can study Goel and Gupta. It is very good book. And next Shom series and HS Kasana you can study, and modern algebra Joseph A. Galians. From this you can get short tricks for net, and Ian Hursti, Surjit Singh, differential equations, MD Rai Singhania, and this integral equation, MD Rai Singhania. And if you are studying this from your BSc only, basic part is enough, you can get question from that only. You can try previous year question papers for this. Next we come to strategies. how should you prepare? If you want to prepare for net, if you want to go in lecturership, then you should start preparing from your MSc only. You need at least 1 year for preparing this, because you need good books, you need notes, you need short tricks, many short tricks. So you should prepare from MSc only, and don't just depend on only on notes or only on books. You should prepare your own notes and follow books and notes on the same time together. Okay, and learn to link. This is very special. Learn to link result for part C. We should learn to link. If this comes, then this will imply this, then this will imply this. So if you will try linking results, then you can easily attempt part C. Okay, so make your own notes with short trick highlights. Before going to exam, you should know that these things I need to study, these short tricks I need to study. So make your own notes with short trick highlights. Okay, and try to solve previous year question papers, because this will give you lot of confidence to attempt. Okay, because confidence is the key to success. If you want to be successful in your exam, you should be confident that I can do this. And how will you be confident? Just by attempting questions. If you will attempt previous year question papers, you will gain confidence. Next, we will talk about strategy to attempt, and this is very very important. If you know that for JRF you need 100 to 120 marks, and for lecturership you need 80 to 100 marks, but we will aim for JRF. Okay, so that we can, if we will not be able to solve that many questions, then we can at least come to LS. Okay, so aim for JRF and try to attempt at least 7 to 8 questions from part A, because from part A you can attempt 15 questions. But as I told you that we have negative marking also in part A, so don't attempt wrong questions. If you are not sure in part A and B, then don't attempt. If you will attempt 8 questions or 7 questions here, then you can get 14, and you can easily attempt. If you are from maths background, then you can get 14 to 16 marks in part A. From out of these 100 to 120 marks, you can get 16 marks from part A if you attempt 8 right questions. Don't attempt wrong questions. Don't attempt if you are not sure, because this will give you negative marks. Okay, and from part B, try to attempt 15 to 16 questions. You need to attempt 25 questions, but don't concentrate on all questions. Go to those best questions which you know that these questions I can attempt, these subjects I have studied. Okay, so go to those questions. 15 to 16 questions from part B you can attempt, and 12 to 13 question. Aim on 12 or 13 question from part C, but only with linking. Link the answers, because this is very tough part C, because in this part you need to link the answers. So, sometimes you feel that all options are wrong, sometimes you feel that all options are right, but you need to link. Okay, and try hard to do that you are doing right, and you are doing right. And in part C we don't have negative marking. Okay, so you can attempt here, but if any one of the option you clicked wrong, it will not give you mark. Okay, so don't guess, attempt only if you are sure in part A and B. Okay, and in part C you can guess little, but try to attempt right questions. So next, you should start your paper from part B with those maths questions which you know that I can attempt these questions. Okay, and fill OMR sheet after doing part B. Then move to part C, attempt around 20 questions, fill this. Next, in the last, go to part A, and after this analyze again and try to attempt those many questions you can attempt. Okay, try to eliminate options with counter example. If you will eliminate, then you will get correct answer easily. Try to eliminate. Okay, and thank you so much for watching this. If you have any doubt, please ask me in comment section. And for modern algebra videos, real analysis videos, you can visit my channel, and for differential equations also. And if you are liking my channel, please tell me in comment section, and do keep watching. Thank you so much for watching.